Good morning, guys. It's Jonathan with One Big Impact. So while I cook breakfast, I'm going to talk about a few things. Actually, I'm not cooking breakfast. I lied. I am making meals for the day. So, really quick, I want to talk about something that comes up quite a bit. It's Atkins diet and weight loss plateaus. Now, let's be a little bit more specific about that and understand exactly what I'm saying. So, many people that have either done Atkins or are doing Atkins or have not done Atkins are under the impression that for some reason it's not working for them. Now, here's the thing. If it's not working, you're probably doing something wrong. Because realistically, after being a personal trainer, understanding low-fat diets work, low carbohydrate diets work, caloric deficit diets work. And there's so many different things. All things can work if you're doing it correctly. Now, the number one key is that you have to understand that you have to do it right. Now, the reason I'm saying that, and I'm sorry I'm watching this camera, but the reason I'm saying that is because a lot of people will say, well, I just need to reduce my carbohydrates and eat as much cheese and meat as I want. Now, I know I say that a lot, and the reason I say that a lot is because it's a common misconception with Atkins diet. Lower your carbs, eat as much cheese and meat as you want, and you lose weight. Now, here's the thing. That may very well work for some people. And that usually eating entirely too many carbohydrates, or you were in a huge, massive caloric surplus. Basically,
when a lot of people will go to Atkins diet, they will
think that they're Atkins. And they'll start doing things like making healthy decisions. The first and best healthy decision that a lot of people will make is eat more salad, eat less carbs. That's what they'll do. They'll eat less fast food, and they'll eat more at places like the salad bar, places like home, places like meal prep. Okay? So, which is good. That's amazing. And I'm proud of you for that. But don't confuse the two things between Atkins diet and just eating more salad throughout the day. The reason I say that is because although reducing your carbohydrates, increasing your fat, having a good amount of protein is very much structured like Atkins. In no way, shape, or form can you wing it. Meaning, you're not going to be able to say, I had exactly 20 carbohydrates today, and I am in ketosis, and I ate 3 salads, picked up a couple hard-boiled eggs, did this, did that. It doesn't work like that. Specific tools get specific results. Okay, and that's the first thing I want to cover. The second thing I want to cover is give it more time. Many people will get on Atkins induction phase, and I would assume you're on Atkins induction phase. You don't have to be. You don't have to start there. If you just want to lighten your load a little bit, then and the average person is going to have between 200 and 300 carbs per day in the average daily American diet. So if that's the case for you, there's no reason why it's not perfectly acceptable for you to just clean up your diet, eat more whole foods, and stay at 100 carbs. And most likely lose weight. The problem with a lot of people is they become overwhelmed with thinking that for some reason they need to lose 5 pounds a week consistently every single week. Okay? First of all, that's not going to happen. In the first week, it might happen like that, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing that you need to remember is, if it hasn't been like 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever since you've lost weight, you're not technically in a stall. You need to give your metabolism a little bit more time to adjust to what you're doing. Here's the thing. If you consistently gained weight for the last 20 years at a rate of 2.5 pounds per week, or let's just say 5 pounds a week, what would be your weight right now? Go ahead, do the math. Thousands. It would be thousands of pounds. So just like you were overeating consistently, understanding that undereating consistently is not always going to yield a huge weight loss consistently every single week. Can you drop weight consistently over time while putting yourself in a caloric deficit, making sure your carbohydrates and your fats and your proteins are correct? Yes. But does that mean that you're going to consistently lose 2 to 5 pounds per week or whatever? Absolutely not. In the first week, you will most definitely, in the first week or two, you will lose a significant more amount of weight than in later times, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to realize that that is not sustainable. You will not, most likely, unless you're like balls out hardcore. I have had some really crazy results with myself before, but most likely it's going to taper off a little bit once you get rid of some of that water and that retention and everything, and then you're going to be good to go, and you're going to be working on actual burning fat. Now, your body is a very interesting thing. Obviously, you have hormones, you have stress, you have cortisol, you have water retention, women have their periods. There's so many different factors that can go into this, okay? The next thing, and I know I'm jumping around a lot, number 3 is don't be overconfident. Being overconfident means you've done Atkins before, you're going to do Atkins again, you're going to get the exact same results. Now, when you did Atkins before, your body may have responded. This may have been 10 years ago, may have been 20 years ago, may have been last year, may have been 3 months ago. Your body may have said, holy crap, this is really amazing. I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the first week. And then you come and you do it this time and you gain 2. And you're like, what? I know what I'm doing. I've done this before. I am perfectly sufficient at this, and I don't know what's going on. My body, apparently low carb doesn't work, and you give up. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Your body is a very, very extreme thing. The next thing is number 4. Do not compare your loss to others. Males versus females, child versus adult, grandma versus granddaughter. Like, you can't understand. You have to understand that your body is completely different. It's like a Ford, it's like a Chevy, it's like a Mitsubishi. You have people that are specifically able to work on those vehicles. And just like your body, you're going to be specific to your body. This is your vehicle. This vehicle is only going to run like you. You can have a Mitsubishi Eclipse 2008 and a Mitsubishi Eclipse 2008, and they both run completely freaking different. Why? It's because they're driven differently. They have different work patterns. They have different kids. They have different scenarios. They handle stress. I almost killed my plant just now. They have different stresses. They have different lives. They have different foods that they consume, different atmospheric pressures, different everything. Everything is different. So you have to understand, don't compare somebody else's weight loss or weight gain or whatever to yours. It doesn't matter who it is. Your journey is specifically your journey. And as long as you are making headway and learning more each and every single day, that is literally all that matters. The next thing is And I just talked about this a minute ago. Give your body a few weeks to adjust no matter what you're doing, okay? If you've gone a week and you haven't lost any weight, chances are there's probably some fine tuning that you need to do. Maybe number 6, you need to add in a little bit of exercise. You know, maybe you can go for a 30-minute walk after dinner each day. Chances are it's going to help. Yes, my ex-wife told me that that would be a good idea. I never listened, and now I'm definitely preaching it. Number 7, do not lower your carbohydrates lower than 20 just because you're not losing weight. Okay, chances are, like I said, you need to have that adaptation process. According to Atkins diet, this is the best number of carbohydrates to be able to feed your brain structure and everything, and make sure that you are overall healthy. Your organs are, you know, functioning fine and everything like that. And I have never, ever, 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 ever had problems at 20 carbohydrates losing weight. So you shouldn't either. Trust me, I'm extremely resilient to losing weight if I don't get my carbs down. The next thing, number 8, is read your damn labels, okay, people? And I'm not saying that as like a joke. Like, it's a very real thing. Well, I don't have any in this, but like, for instance, garlic salt versus garlic powder. Garlic salt has no carbohydrates. Garlic powder has carbohydrates. Pepper, used in too much of a high quantity, has carbohydrates. You know, onion powder has a significant amount of carbohydrates. All of the foods that you use around your house for like tasting and doing different things, you need to read the labels. Here's the other thing. A lot of people will say, well, this week I got this can of green beans. This week I got this can of green beans. Next week I got this broccoli. This week I got fresh broccoli. Like, it really does matter which way you get stuff. Maybe it has butter in it. Maybe it has some seasoning in it. Maybe it's breaded. Maybe it's not. If you find a meal plan that works consistently by the same freaking foods, and I say this over and over again because it's extremely important, if there is a food that is not available for you this week, you must have the labels torn off of your canned foods or whatever they are, and actually be comparing them the following week, especially in times when everybody's, you know, having a hard time finding the exact foods or whatever, which is BS. 99% of the stores are completely restocked now, and they have all these things in place to where you can only buy so much. But if that's an issue and you find that your store for some reason is out of, you know, what you normally buy, then you need to make sure you know the nutrition facts of what you previously bought, or else you could be 5 carbs up. 5 carbs up, yes. You're probably thinking, well, that's not that much. It's not that much. But it could definitely pop you out of ketosis if you have an extremely sensitive system to the state of ketosis. So make sure that always don't lower your carbohydrates. Get specific on understanding what your carbohydrates are, what your food nutrients are, because otherwise you're going to be floating around and screwing up. Next thing, this is really important, and this goes for everybody. It is not drink your damn water, but drink your damn water anyway. No on and off agains. You know what that means? I've tried this multiple times. I can get away with it once every 2 weeks. I cannot, however, get away with it once a week. What I mean by no on and off agains is a lot of people will try, and this, remember, if you are focused on weight loss, and weight loss is your absolute concern, and that's why you're doing Atkins, then you should not be doing anything remotely close to carb cycling. Because a lot of people will say, well, I'm doing carb cycling. And the reason I'm talking about that first is because carb cycling is a very good technique. I'm lost for words. A very successful, a very useful strategy. There you go. A very useful strategy when you're doing bodybuilding or body recomposition and stuff like that. But if you're doing focused on weight loss, it's going to be too much for your body. It's not going to be something that's going to be effective. If you're trying to sustain muscle mass while dropping body fat percentage, yes, this would be a completely different aspect. But if you are saying, you know what, I want to get thin, I want to lose weight, this is my number one goal, then you should completely stay in ketosis for as long as you possibly can. You are staying low carb for as long as you possibly can. You're not doing on and off again weekends, meaning when the weekend comes, Saturday, you're like, I'm going to have a piece of cake. I'm going to be legit. It's going to be cool. I'll bounce back Monday. I'll be good to go. So here's the thing. Get your calendar in front of you and say, here is Monday. Monday through Friday, I'm completely good, right? Monday through Friday, I eat, everything's on point. Then Saturday comes and I eat like crap. So I got 1 week of really good results, right? Really good results. And here's the thing. You're not going to gain a bunch of fat back. So don't think that I'm saying that necessarily. Here's what I'm saying. Saturday comes, you eat like crap. Takes what? 3 to 5 days to start getting into ketosis again, correct? So you go Saturday, you're not going to be in ketosis Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday, you're back in ketosis, right? So you got Thursday, Friday, if you're lucky. If you're not lucky, maybe you got Friday. If you're not lucky, maybe by Saturday again, you're actually not in ketosis. And then you eat another piece of cake or go out for some hamburgers and fries. You guys, if you're not specific and understanding that you have to do this continuously, you're going to put yourself through murder constantly doing these types of things. If you're doing on and off again weekends, I would recommend probably once every 2 weeks. If you have issues with struggling on getting back forth, if you're like, I could eat a pile of cookies and I could be fine the next day and not do it, not touch it again for a month, then that's fine. But chances are, if you're on a weight loss program or you're following Atkins, you probably have an issue with food. Let's be honest. And you probably should not be going on and off again. And if you did, you're probably not doing it for the right reasons if you're eating cookies and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you can't figure those things back into your life eventually, because you can. But now, in the beginning, when you're working on losing weight, would definitely not be the time to do so. The last and final thing, you guys, is, and this is going to be the most important, and I say this to everybody, and it seems so stupid, and people tell me they know, and they know, and they know, and you don't freaking know. Weigh every single piece of damn food. I'm not playing with you. Everybody tells me they do, and then I look at their meals, and I've had clients come in and bring me their meals, and I say, bring me your meals. And they go, how much cheese are you supposed to have? And they go, 1 ounce. That is not an ounce. That's like 4 ounces. That's 500 calories versus 80. Like, there's a huge difference. You have to understand between weighing your shit and eyeballing your stuff, okay? This isn't the 90s. It's not a little bud sack. It's not going to work like that. You can't just get over on your diet like that. Your body knows what is supposed to be, what is supposed to be. And it's funny because I get people, all these trolls all over the internet constantly saying, you don't have to weigh anything. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, well, you show me you eating 5,000 calories a day, keto, Atkins, anything like that, and try to show me that you're losing weight without massive amounts of activity, okay? Yeah, you could probably do it if you were running a damn marathon every day. I get it. But here's the thing. Weigh every single thing. I don't care who you are, what you say. You're not going to lose weight if you don't understand that you need to lose it. Look up any Atkins program. Look up any meal plan on the planet. They're going to lose weight. Do they say, you know, just eat as much protein as you want on breakfast? You know, eat 35, 40 eggs. We don't care. No, absolutely not. Every single plan that you will ever follow, aside from like somebody that doesn't have weight issues, will have actual measurements for a freaking reason. It's there because you need to follow them. You guys, I hope this video helped you. It is like day 4 of the One Big Impact 2-week challenge. Remember to be stronger than your excuses. Spread love, not hate. If you're new here, check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. Have a beautiful day. Hashtag Team Boo. Thank you so much for all the support. We're coming in on 17,000 subscribers. And to any of you out there that say, well, go follow this person. This person has more subscribers. Don't give a damn about that. We worked for ours, and we're a family. Have a good day, guys.